Okay, so season 2 of Cobra Kai. I loved it. The ending was incredible. Really sad for me. Like, I cannot wait to watch season 3 now. But overall, I like season 2. I think it was that next step up from season 1. I'm just a little bit worried about the ending, which I'll get to. I wasn't expecting it. I just didn't think it would lead to that. Or I guess at that level, to be honest. So season 2 of Cobra Kai begins with the introduction of Miyagi-Do. Also, you might be able to see her. This is my dog, Coco, joining us for the video. So Miyagi-Do is brought back by Danielson. Well, he creates it. And they're back at Mr. Miyagi's house, which now Danielson owns. So it begins with 2 students, Sam and Robbie, and they're training with Daniel. And they're sort of doing a more traditional or like spiritual sort of training compared to the Cobra Kai's. They're training for balance and, you know, they do all sorts of things where they're on top of that. And that moldy like pond thing that Daniel has out the back. They're training on that wheel to find balance with each other, and they're almost mocking it at the start, thinking it's like a dance. But in the end, you can see that it's a really more traditional way of training for karate, and it still works in the end. And I thought it was more interesting doing it that way rather than the Cobra Kai's way, to be honest. They're getting more of the elements of what Mr. Miyagi, how he worked and how he would train Daniel. Also, John Kreese is back. He looks the same, pretty much. And I always just thought that was he's got a bad intention, to be honest. I didn't trust him when he came back, and I was right the whole way. So, you know, you see him come back, and then later we discover that he's actually homeless or living in, can't pay the rent or whatever happened there. And Johnny feels sorry for him and sort of goes, no, you know what? Yeah, you can continue to work with me. And you sort of think, oh, maybe he's changed then, because they have a moment where he seems like he's changed, but then you sort of see him smile at the camera and you just think, this guy hasn't changed one bit. He's still evil. We also have Dimitri joining Miyagi-Do. I didn't know where he fit before. I found him extremely annoying. Yeah, he just talks too much. It annoyed me so much. But it's good to see that he tries to go train in Cobra Kai, and then John Kreese pretty much beats him. Pretty sure I can go to jail for that. But anyway. And so he joins Miyagi-Do. And I remember seeing that and I'm like, yes, that makes sense. Like, it just makes sense for him to train with Daniel instead and not be part of the Cobra Kai's. He just doesn't suit it. I know the Cobra Kai's had like people similar to Dimitri, but he just doesn't suit Cobra Kai. I like that with him, how as he trains, he still doesn't quite get it like that. Like, everyone else seems to get it straight away. It's so typical, you know. But with him, it's more realistic where, you know, it's like, show me wax on, wax off. And then he doesn't do it. It's not like that movie moment that we had in Karate Kid where Daniel just gets it. And then we see him improve as it goes on as well. And then Daniel ends up getting more students as well. And Miyagi-Do seems to really grow. On the other end, you see the Cobra Kai's and you see Johnny sort of teaching them, hey, like, I know I taught you no mercy, but I was wrong. Like, I don't want you guys to be like that anymore. I think what he realized was from the tournament how Miguel treated Robbie and how that's not what I want anymore. It's not right. Also, the students discover that Robbie is Johnny's son, and they sort of think, oh, okay, so that's why he's sort of telling us off, because he's his son. It's almost like Hawk particularly doesn't want to believe that they should show no mercy. He wants it to be like, you know, no mercy and all that. So I don't think he agrees with the whole thing of no mercy and trying to be more, do it the right way, an honourable way. Whereas Miguel, in the end, he realises it's true. We've got to show mercy and not fight the dirty way and fight fair and win fair. Then there's this new girl, Tori, that comes into the picture. At first I thought, okay, cool, it's going to be this badass chick that's really cool. And then I just instantly didn't like her from not far in. Because I like Sam, and clearly them two clash. And you see just this evil side of her as well, where she's just like knocking her over when they were at the skating rink and everything. That was just too far. I just think I don't like her. And you sort of see Robbie and Sam develop and have this relationship and start going out. You can also see that Sam still does have feelings for Miguel, because I guess it didn't really end very well. There wasn't really closure when they ended, and you can see that Miguel and Tori, as they get together, he's still looking at Sam, have that moment where they kiss, and I'm like, oh no, this is going to end really bad. Tori sees it, and then hell is going to break loose from that moment. With Miguel, you can really see that he's grown. Because when the Cobra Kai stole the Mr. Miyagi's medal, you can see Miguel realize, like, that's too far, is wrong. And I think because it's also connected with Sam and her family and everything, I think there was a real change there for Miguel. I liked how they did that training, and it was like you have to steal each other's headbands and everything. That was cool. That was the moment where it was revealed that Hawk did steal the medal and trash the dojo, and I think that was a real turning point for Miguel. How cute was Carmen and Johnny's date? One of the episodes, how Johnny had that dream about her and he's just smiling in his dream. That made me laugh. That was funny. I always thought those two would be pretty cute together. And so they go on a date. I thought it was really sweet how he stood up for her when she got stood up before their date. She's dating people and Johnny, tells that guy, don't mess with her. That was cute. And then it leads into their date, which was a long time coming. I thought it was really sweet. And then, of course, the LaRussos are next to them. And then I really enjoyed that, how they became friends, how they all got along really, and they all hung out together and they almost were like friends, which I just can always see coming. It's gonna happen. They're gonna be friends. They should be friends. There's history, but come on, like, Johnny's not that bad and they haven't really done anything major to each other. Like, I feel like all the drama has happened now. Like in Karate Kid, it was just the tournament and all that, really. Like when they were kids. Now they really can just be adults and be friends. I liked it how in the end Robbie was sort of gonna live with his dad. They go back to Johnny when Sam's drunk from that party and she doesn't want to go home, so they go to Johnny's house and Robbie goes too. Daniel's reaction to that was a bit over dramatic. Like, I know I'm not a parent yet, but that was too far. How dare he storm in and do that at Johnny's house when he's got Robbie living with him, Johnny's son, and Johnny's not doing that. So I just thought that was too much. And then from all this drama leads into a big fight at the school in the final episode. Like, I did not expect this to happen. I don't really know what I expected to happen in the last episode. I guess I expected a fight and didn't expect it to end like that, I guess. So last season we had the tournament. This season we have the brawl at the school. I liked the moments where we have that little kid, the two little kids, and they're like attacking each other. Then you have almost like the opposites going head to head from the Miyagi-Dos and the Cobra Kais. That made the fight really interesting and funny. The whole fight in general was pretty cool, but how the heck were people bashing teachers and everything? And how were the teachers just letting this go ahead without stopping it? Like, how did it go this long? Really? Pretty bad on the school for a fight like this to just keep going that long. Let me tell you, I already could see the signs when they were fighting on the staircases. I just thought this is not going to end good. I don't know. Just already when Sam was getting pulled by the hair down the stairs and just, I don't know, I was getting nervous. I was getting nervous for her. I just didn't really think what was going to happen with Miguel. And even just seeing Tori with those, what the heck were those knuckles and they had like spikes on them? What? This girl is like crazy. She needs to get expelled. Surely she'll be expelled. She needs to get like expelled or just go back to wherever she came from. I don't know. I'm not a fan of her at all. And because Sam and Miguel kiss, this fight just gets out of hand. Tori can't handle it. They fight. And then you see Robbie overhears it as well. But then Robbie's trying to protect Sam. You can see Miguel's trying to protect Sam too because Tori sort of got the upper hand in the end, obviously cheating and being dirty. And you can see the guys step in because they're worried about the girl that they care about. And I don't think Miguel cares about Tori as much as Sam. This moment really gives me chills thinking about it because you see the moment where Miguel and Robbie are fighting and then Miguel sort of wins in the end and could really just hurt Robbie. But he has that flashback in his head, you know, to show mercy. And he does. And it's what he's learnt from Johnny. And it's not what he learnt last season, but this season he's learnt to show mercy and to just, there's no honour in hurting your opponent unfairly. And also the fact that they're not in a tournament. It was in a fight in real life, I should say. And, you know, he could have done the wrong thing, but he didn't. And in the end, it was like a total flip of the script. And then Robbie did something he obviously regretted immediately and kicked Miguel. And then when he fell over the stairs, I was just like, what the F? Like, I seriously just did not expect that. Yeah. Like, you expect, like, someone to get knocked out. But that was like, whew. I just didn't know that was sort of going to be on that level for this show. I just didn't really expect that for the show. It's never gone to that level yet, with the kids getting really hurt, seriously hurt. I thought he was dead. I was like, oh my gosh, he's dead, or he's going to be paralyzed for life. And I think you can see Robbie immediately realize, like, what the hell? What did I do? Because he's not a bad guy. And the thing with Robbie now is that I don't want to see him revert to his old ways and just go down a bad path, but it's looking that way because he's ran away. He's nowhere to be seen. Someone who's been so redeemed and turned his life around is now possibly going to go backwards, and it's just really depressing. Hope he doesn't, but I think the only way is maybe if he lives with Johnny. Daniel would still take him in, but I just don't know. Because of Sam and all that history, I think now he's probably going to live with Johnny from now on. Miguel, I was just devastated for his mum and his grandma, and just seeing them react. And then even Johnny just having that phone call from Miguel, and he's like, I just want to talk to you about girl trouble and all that. And then he didn't answer the phone because he was with Robbie, so it's like a total change. He was there for him, for Miguel. He's like that father figure that Miguel doesn't have, and I just really hope that he's okay. And you can tell that it's really putting the blame on Daniel and Johnny, how their feud has caused this, because at the end of the day, these karate dojos weren't around, and then all of a sudden they grew, and now look what happened. It resulted in them fighting and it leading to this. While it's not really Johnny and Daniel's fault, at the end of the day, they've got to be shown the right way. They're kids. Hopefully in season 3 they can be. I was in a really down mood. I had like a bit of a day and then watched that and I was like, oh my gosh. It just made me really sad. And it's a show, but I get emotional about characters in a show. And especially because Miguel, I always loved Miguel from the start. Then he annoyed me, and then I was sort of like, no, he's changing. Like, he's a good guy. You know, he's just lost. And then that happened. It's like, punch in the gut. But on a lighter note, you see Johnny, when he was in the pub drinking, he accidentally messaged Ali. And then you see the friend request come back on his phone as he chucks it on the beach. He's like, I give up on Cobra Kai. John Kreese basically takes over because he goes back to the dojo. Sorry, I'm all over the place right now because I'm just thinking about that end episode. It was so intense. He goes back to his dojo and there's John Kreese standing there with all those kids. Half of them have gone, but all the bad kids are still there, Hawk included. And they've turned their back on Johnny and gone, we don't want you anymore because it's your fault that happened to Miguel. You told him to show mercy and look where it got him. So, it's heavy. And then now John Kreese has taken over and Cobra Kai is in his hands now, like it used to be in the old days, and it's reverted back to, I guess, its reputation of what it was known for back then. And on the other hand, you've got Miyagi-Do shut down as well. No more karate. So what is going to happen now? I don't know. I am really excited to watch season 3. I need to watch it tonight and just binge it because I want to know what happens. I'm really glad I didn't watch this live, to be honest, because I would have been itching to see what happens. Whereas now, season 3 is out and I can watch it. So it ends really intense where Cobra Kai is gone, pretty much, or it's not in Johnny's life at the moment. Karate's gone for Daniel. We've got Miguel recovering in the hospital. Johnny's just lost Carmen. He had a date with her and it's sort of gone now. And then you got Ali replying to him. I've heard that Elizabeth Shue is in season 3, possibly. I really hope she comes back. Yeah, it'd be really cool to see her back. Potentially see what happens with Johnny and her and Daniel and whatever. Yeah, so this season was heavy, especially in the end. The last episode had me pretty emotional, and even just talking about it, I feel emotional. A kid who just wanted to learn karate, and now look where it's turned out. So, yeah. Let me know what you thought of this season 2 of Cobra Kai. What are your thoughts? Leave your comments below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.